Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us. This morning we are going to get this pen ready to put the baby goats in. This is where we're going to wean them. If you've been following, you know that this little shelter here was supposed to be temporary while Cassie and Gary's goats came over and got bred. And we had a male and female here and a male and female here for a while. After they bred, hopefully after they bred, but I'm pretty sure it was. And then all things got chaotic. And we opened this end up a little bit so that they could get through to both sides, because he was jumping over the fence and she was getting her head stuck. Dolly was getting her head stuck in the fence, and it was just a mess. And things got better when we opened it up and the boys didn't fight as much. Anyway, we're going to close that back up. We're going to secure this better. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do there yet. But we were not using this right here for the goats at all. We set this up just for their goats to come over. But since we have it like it is, I am going to put the kids over there, and that's where we're going to wean them. We're going to wean them all together. They'll be able to see their moms, and I don't know if that's bad or good, but they'll be able to see their moms, and they'll be together, and so they won't be alone. And they're, you know, they've got the shop behind them, and these two goats on the other side of them, so they're you know, a little bit protected, a little bit more protected. And then there's that shelter that I don't have to take down yet because I'm still using it. And we brought Caleb out with us, let him hang out with us while we're doing this. Caleb has not been the same dog since we had to get him treated for heartworms. We had him since he was a puppy out with the female goats, but when he got treated for heartworms, he had to stay in our garage for 2 months. Actually the last couple of weeks he was in the backyard, but I mean, like, they wanted him laying down. The only time he was supposed to get up was to go outside to do his business, and then they wanted him laying down the whole time, so he stayed in our garage. And since then, when we've had him out with the goats, I've seen him chase them, playing with them, which, you know, he's not being mean, he's not being aggressive, but he cannot do that, and he hadn't done that before, and now he's doing that. Here he is, like a 4-year-old dog, and he's starting to chase goats, and he's jumping the fence, and that is new. And we're gonna have to probably put some hot wire up, pick a place for him to be and put hot wire up, at least for a while. Isn't that right, buddy? Isn't that right? Yeah. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Guys, this is Rain's son. This is Chase, but that's Rain's son. Okay, so all we're gonna do, we're not gonna make a big deal out of this. We're just gonna attach this. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see this on camera. We're just gonna attach this on here real good to where the babies can't come through the cattle panels. I don't think, and then we'll have to attach this part back to the post. I don't think they can go through that. No, they can't go through that fence. So, and I think that end down there is already secured. We'll go check it out, but I think down there that stuff is pretty secured on there.
Come on. Come here, Rocky. 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 Here, can you get back? Go lay down. Rocky. No, go lay down. Go lay down. Come here, Rocky. Shush. Shush. Let's go.
We're gonna get a smaller water for the babies. You can go ahead and put that other 5 over. What, he's coming through. You can go ahead and put that other 5 over with them so that they'll have 2 waters. We're gonna get a couple of dishes today for Waters. He was high stepping. Anyway, for Waters for the little ones, because they can't, unless it's completely full, they can't reach in there.
Didn't mean to get you wet.
So I think all we're gonna do is use this small wire and wire this up and down. I think that'll work. If we use enough of it. Where did we get that wire? I've forgotten.
Whenever we have rolls of chicken wire, it's what's holding the
That's
wire
right.
together.
That's right. I knew it wasn't like electric fence or nothing. It was too small. That goat's mad at you.
Well, I'm sorry for getting you wet.
I just thought of something. Greg said he hopes Chase doesn't jump the fence. And I'm like, well, he won't because there's no girls in heat. There are not girls in heat, but some of the kids are dolings. So I don't know if that will affect him or not. We need to be home when we first put them over there just to see how the bucks react. Because if they do act a little crazy, we'll have to come up with a different plan. So I think if we have to put a hot wire up, I think we should put him out here with these bucks for a little bit, because these bucks are a little bit, how do you say this? They're a little bit more dominant than the females, and he can't really do as much to them as he does to the females. And plus, you know, the babies were over there, so that was a big deal. But these bucks, keep him on line a little bit. I say that and there goes Rocky trying to get away from him. But I think what we'd need to do is put a hot wire up. That would keep him in, because this fence is not tall at all. I think it's like 3 foot or something like that. Except this. So we finished this, putting this on here, and then we've got this secured so they can't get through there. Now we've got to go to town. Supposed to eat breakfast with Mom and Dad, so we'll get back with you guys here in just a little bit.
Too big of spiders.
Okay, we've got this set up ready. I have decided to go ahead and set them over here and start the weaning process. I'm not sure how today's gonna go. It just really depends. My thought is to put them over here all day today and then put them back with mom tonight, or their moms tonight, and then tomorrow morning bring them over here and let them stay throughout. Now that could change if they start finding ways out, or if moms start finding ways out, or if it goes just too good, we may just leave them here from here on out. But they are 8 weeks old, and people have different ideas at what age you should wean goats, just like they have different ideas when you should wean cows and puppies and kittens. So we usually do the boys at least at 8 weeks, because the Nigerian dwarf, not all the goats, but the Nigerian dwarf, the boys some of them can actually start breeding at 8 weeks or around that area. It just depends on where their developmental growth is. So we're going to go ahead, since it would be less stressful to have them all together, we're going to put all of them over here at the same time. That way they can be together as a group. They know each other, even though they've not been in here. They know this area. They can see their their mom right over there. Well, they can see their dads right here, but they don't have anything to do with the dads. So but anyway, I think it's easier just to put the boys and the girls together, just so that they can feel more comfortable and safe. You know, not only are they gonna miss the milk, but they're gonna miss their mom, and they're gonna miss their home. It's going to be different for them. It's going to be a little scary for them. So for all of them to be over here together at the same time, I think will make it a lot easier for them. So you can see that her eyes are doing a lot better. I did put a little bit of medicine there because I was going to put medicine on this eye. And this is the eye she had to cut in. I put medicine on it. There's a little bump there, but it is healing up really well. So these guys are looking good. So we're gonna put her with the others, and hopefully this goes well. Everybody's found the water. When he was weed eating, see, he weed eated out here too. So when he was weed eating, he did get some grass in there. We'll get a net here in a minute and try to skim some of that out, but that's not gonna hurt him. And over there by the shop, and there, it's actually a planter, but we put hay in that. I don't have another hay container, so we put it in that. We don't want it on the ground because they're so young, and they don't have much of an immune system at this age. So I really don't want them eating on the ground a whole lot. They've got new bedding in their little shelter. They've got new water. They've got the hay. And then on the other side of the shelter, they have 2 bowls where we'll feed them tonight. But it's on the other side because it's got covering over it in case it rains. Okay, so far, no one's really throwing a fit over with the mamas and the babies until I said something. But really, honestly, the loudest ones here are the chickens. The only one we don't have over there is Rain's daughter. She's the hardest to catch, and she's also the one that I'm really considering keeping. So I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to sell her. So it doesn't matter that she's still over there right now, since I haven't made up my mind. I probably will keep her unless somebody gives me an offer I just can't refuse. But she looks a lot like Rain. She has more moon spots and she's got blue eyes. And so, yeah, I'm just probably going to keep her. She's got a big green caterpillar that they're trying to get from her. know if you guys can see that or not. It's a big green and she's trying to get away from everybody. She just wants to eat it in peace. Okay, we might have a broody hen, and that barred rock is supposed to be over here. That one right there is supposed to be over here. She's been sitting over here for what, 2 days?
Yes.
2 days?
3 days.
So, yes, I don't know. I guess she got up so that other one could lay an egg. But, she's got quite the nest going, and hopefully that royal palm stays there and doesn't get up. Okay, guys, Mike is the one in the center. And I don't know if you can see his bill. His or her. It's one of the two, his or her. But the color of Mike's bill is different from the others. And so I think it's a boy. Dadgummit, I wanted it to be a girl. I wanted to call the girl Mike. You know, Mike Fowler. And several of you have mentioned when I pointed that out a couple of videos ago. Several of you have mentioned that that you've heard that the male duck gets a tail feather that curls, and this is true. But it's not always that way at all times. So this duck is very young, so he hasn't developed that drake tail yet, if it is in fact a drake. But I've also seen where when you have more than one male together, only one will have that tail, like the most dominant one will have that tail. My assumption is that it's the most dominant one, but I have had ducks in the past where I would have 2 or 3 of them, and only one would get that feather. I keep saying tail, but it's just one feather that curls up. So we'll wait and see if that happens to this one, but pretty sure it's a male just because of the bill color. But I don't know if you guys know about cayugas. Can the females have a different color bill? Is it just the males? Does that make it a different gender? Or is it something that can just be genetic between the males and females on that type of duck? Another thing is the duck's quack difference. The females, the hen quacks differently from the male, and or maybe it's the male quacking differently from the female, I don't know. But they do sound different. But when you don't hear them quacking, like when I'm out here, they're just they're making noise, but it's not a real quack, so I can't tell the difference. Actually, that is why I thought Mike was a girl in the beginning when he or she was younger, because of the quack. But again, he's just really young, and so it's hard to tell right now. This right here for the ducks is non-stop, because they will have this water nasty within an hour. And I'll tell you, we don't change it every day. It's probably every 3 days or so. Okay, the reason I put her in here is because the other day when I was out mowing this area under the tree by the goat pen and around the chicken coop, I saw a turkey eating a white egg. And so there's only 2 people in there that lay white eggs. Well, the duck's laying off-colored white to black egg. But it's this death layer and the turkeys. And the turkey eggs are a lot larger and have spots on them. Now, from the mower, I couldn't tell if it had spots on it, but I could tell that it was a rather small egg. So I think she's not laying in the nesting boxes, and her eggs are getting eaten because we have only gotten 2 eggs from her. She started laying probably the first egg, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something like that, and we've only gotten 2 eggs from her, or 3. So every day we're going to start putting her in this cage. We'll move it around so it could get, you know, grass every day, fresh grass, and then we'll put her back in with the flock at night. That way she doesn't lose her relationship and her status with the flock, and she'll be safer with the flock. But this gives us an opportunity to see if she's actually laying. So she got a little bit of water, a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it, but a little bit of feed there, and then on this grass, she can eat this grass. They love to eat grass. This is one of the hens in the pool. That's another hen. And that one in the mud puddle is Mike. Can't see him very well. There's Mike coming up at the end. All right, that's all we have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the notification bell right next to the button so that you'll get notified every time we go live or upload a video. And if you're already subscribed and you like the video, please smash that like button and share it out with your friends. We will see you on the next video.